on behalf of everybody at HUSO, welcome to Fluid Earth. My name is Penelope and I am going to be your event supervisor. Before we get started with the content of this event, I wanted to do a quick about me. I'm a Dartmouth 24, so I'm a freshman this year, and I've been doing Science Olympiad since I was in 7th grade. My favorite events were forensics, water quality, and dynamic planet, of course. And I was fortunate enough to be doing Science Olympiad, like I said, since 7th grade. So I went through all 3 rotations of dynamic planet. This here is a photo of me and my herpetology partner. Oh, herpetology is one of my favorite events too. I really love biology and earth science. And if you recognize where I am, I'm at Northwestern on the rocks. So I'm from the Chicagoland area and I went to New Trier. Right. So what is fluid earth? So as you can see by the facts on the PowerPoint, a lot of the earth is fluid. Oceans make up 75% of the earth's surface. Glaciers hold 69% of the earth's fresh water, and we reside on moving tectonic plates, which are allowed to move because we are on a liquid mantle. Some of the other things that this event will be covering is climate change, and estuaries are kind of a hint at the rotations. So Fluid Earth is going to be an event with 3 rotations. This year the focus is oceanography, but in the next couple years it'll be rotating between oceanography, limnology, which is like freshwater inland systems, and glaciers. So about the cryosphere. But like I said, this year it's about oceans. If you take a look at the rules, the 4 main categories that we will be exploring this year are ocean composition and circulation, waves and coastal oceanography, biogeochemical oceanography, and oceans and climate. So a little bit about each section. Ocean composition and circulation will cover about 35% of the tests, and it'll be going through the properties of seawater, the layers of the ocean, surface currents, like other water masses within oceans, and global circulation, and some of the mechanisms of that. We will also be going through waves and coastal oceanography, which is about 15% of the content. And there we'll be talking about deep sea oceanography, where there's just water and not a lot of land nearby. It'll be a little bit different than closer to the shores. And then we'll also be talking a little bit about like waves and physics, but in the context of oceans. The next section is biogeochemical oceanography, which is some of their small parts, about 15%. So we'll be talking about the geology of the seafloor. So like seafloor spreading / Wilson cycle, and some other topographical features of ocean basins. And we'll also be talking about biological oceanography, so a little bit about the ecosystems, but also like carbon cycles, water cycles, and like plant cycles and ecosystems. And we will also be talking a little bit about hydrothermal vent ecosystems, which are, I think, really, really cool. So I'm excited for that. And then finally, our last section is oceans and climate, which will comprise about 35% of the test. So we'll be talking about climatic oscillations, paleoceanography, some oceans and climate, and the ways in which we get all this data. So all of like the satellites and some other techniques and technology that we use to look at the ocean and the ocean floor. And then also a large chunk, like kind of towards the end, is climate. So we'll be talking about like climate change with respect to oceans and other modern issues like ocean acidification, coral bleaching, pollution of various sorts. And yeah, that's the event. The materials that you will be allowed for the tests are like open book, open internet, and the video schedule, I have a Google Doc linked right here, tinyurl.com/fluidearth-video schedule. We will be putting out 10 videos, 2 every 2 weeks or 1 every week. And the format of my videos is going to be mostly in order of the topics on the rules, but I did group a couple of things together. So I think in a chunk of videos, I'll talk about like the topography of oceans and also like glaciers, just so we get logistics out of the way first, so I can talk about all those things later, for example. But you can find a more detailed schedule of that, like I said, in the link. I think that's it for now. I just wanted to say thank you for watching my videos, and I'm excited to be teaching you a little bit about this event.